welcome to today's water element flow. We'll take a comfortable seated position at the top of our mat here and just take a couple of deep breaths to ground into our practice. Eyes can be either closed or with a soft gaze. Today's flow is inspired by the element of water. So, starting to think about how we would embody this as we start to move and flow through our practice. As we inhale, we'll sweep our arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer. Repeating this a couple more times. Inhaling to sweep the arms all the way up. And exhaling to prayer. One more just like that. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, prayer. From here, we'll drop our hands down to our knees. Start to place the left hand down, right arm sweeps up and over. Inhale, come back to center, and then place the right hand down, left arm sweeps over as we exhale. Repeating this just a few more times in our own time here. Bending over to one side as we exhale, and then coming back up to center. Taking our time with these movements, really flowing and making these movements smooth, synchronizing the breath and the movement. We'll bring it back to center and then start our Sufi grinds. Inhaling to come forward and exhaling to round through the spine, just like in our cat-cows. Making these movements really soft and fluid, feeling into every part of the spine. Making sure we keep the hips down on the ground. And then we'll start to take our circles in the opposite direction here. Continuing to inhale as we come forward, chest comes up, and exhale to dome through the spine, moving and flowing like water. We'll come back to center here, and then rolling over onto our hands and knees, stepping the knees back so that we're in a half plank. As we exhale, we'll come all the way down onto our bellies. Inhaling to push up into our baby cobra, and then exhaling back into a child's pose, repeating this a few more times. Inhaling to come forward, half plank. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, pushing back. 2 more times, moving slowly and mindfully. Rolling forward as we inhale. Exhale to push all the way down. Inhale, push up. And exhale, child's pose. 1 more just like that. Inhale to roll forward. Exhale, come down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Taking just a couple of deep breaths here before we start to come up. Starting to push up into our hands so that we're in a kneeling position. Knees can come out wide here. We'll place the left hand down behind us and start to push up into a baby wild thing. Right arm comes up. And then exhaling to sweep it over to the other side, planting the right hand down and pushing the hips up, exhaling up and over. Repeating this a few more times here. Coming forward and pushing up, opening up through the chest, and then taking it over to the right side. One more time on each side here. And then we'll come back to center. We'll start to place our hands down, tuck underneath our toes and come into our first downward facing dog, pedaling out through the feet here, dropping our chest down low and dropping our heels down as well, pressing through all 10 fingertips. We'll slowly start to walk all the way up to the top of the mat, Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, and exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky, and exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up again, and exhale to dive all the way down. Placing the hands down, stepping back into either a half or full plank, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. As we inhale, we'll sweep the right leg all the way up towards the sky, and exhale to step it through, preparing for either a warrior one or high lunge variation. Wherever you are, inhaling to sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky, and exhale to bend deeply into that front leg. Shoulders come down and back, chest lift up towards the sky, and core is engaged. Just taking a couple of deep breaths here. We'll then pivot our back foot so it's parallel with the short edge of the mat, coming into our warrior two, bending deeply into that front leg and gazing over the front right middle finger here, making sure that your torso is up nice and tall. We'll then start to reverse our warrior, bring the left hand down, sweep the right arm up and over, exhale to flow into a side angle. Repeating this a few more times, inhale to reverse your warrior, exhale side angle, twice more just like that, inhale to reverse, exhale side angle, and one more time, inhale reverse, and exhale side angle. We'll bring it back to center, cartwheel our hands down, stepping back into our half or full plank, exhale chaturanga. Inhale upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale downward facing dog, taking a couple of deep breaths here. We'll slowly start to walk all the way up towards the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky, and exhale, hands to heart. We'll repeat this once more on the other side. Inhaling to sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky, and exhaling to fold all the way down. Stepping the feet back, we'll exhale chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. As we inhale, we'll sweep the left leg all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, step it through into our warrior one. Inhale to sweep both arms up, and exhale to bend into that front knee for our warrior one or high lunge variation. Core is engaged. Chest up, gaze up, shoulders down and back. And then we'll pivot our back foot into our warrior two, making sure that the left knee is externally rotated, taking a peek at your left big toe, and then gazing over your left middle finger, bending deeply into that left knee, keeping the torso nice and tall. We'll drop our right hand down, come into our reverse warrior as we inhale, and exhale side angle. 3 more times just like that. Inhale to reverse, exhale to flow forward. Inhale, reverse, exhale, and one more time. Inhale to reverse, and exhale side angle. We'll come back up into our warrior two, cartwheel our hands down, step our left foot back to meet the right, exhale vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. We'll hold here for 3 deep breaths. Then we'll slowly start to walk all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. As we inhale, we'll slowly roll all the way up to the top of the mat, head and shoulders come last. Standing here in our Tadasana for a few deep breaths. We'll start to place all of our weight into our left foot here as we slowly start to lift the right knee up towards the chest. Inhale here, and then exhale to kick that right leg back into your warrior three, kicking your right heel back slowly, and then kicking it into an imaginary wall behind you. Hands can stay in prayer or come out beside you, or maybe even out in front of you if you want a bit more of a challenge. Engaging strong through the core here, and keeping a micro bend in the left knee. If you fall, coming right back up. Then slowly bringing that right knee back up, bringing it up towards the chest, keeping the foot lifted, and then kicking it back one more time here, moving slowly as if you're moving through water or honey. Keeping your hands in whichever variation you choose, strong through the core. Just a couple of deep breaths here. Then we'll bring that right knee back up and place the foot back down, taking a couple of deep breaths before taking it over to the other side. We'll slowly start to place all of our weight into our right foot as we bring that left knee up. Inhale to prepare here, and exhale to kick it back all the way into your warrior three. Holding here nice and strong as if you're kicking into a wall behind you. Making sure you have a slight bend in that right knee, core is engaged. And then we'll slowly start to lift back up. Bring that left foot up here. Knee back into the chest, and then kicking back one more time. If you wobble or fall, that's okay. Just coming right back to where you left off. One side might feel a little easier or harder than the other. That's totally normal, remembering that this is a practice. We'll slowly start to bring the left knee all the way back in. And then let that go, taking a few deep breaths here in your Tadasana mountain pose. Bringing our feet together, coming up onto our tiptoes and bringing our arms out in front of us. And as slowly as you can, making your way all the way down onto your heels. Trying to keep the back nice, straight and tall. And then all the way onto your seat and all the way onto your back. Bringing your knees in for some knee circles in either direction. Bringing them out and in, getting a nice massage through the hips and low back. And then taking those circles in the opposite direction. We'll bring the legs in together, shift the hips over towards the left side, and then start to drop the knees down towards the right, keeping both shoulders down on the ground. Arms can be either in a T or cactus shape, maybe gazing over the left shoulder there. If the knees don't touch the earth, that's okay, just making sure you keep both shoulders on the mat. Starting to slow down our breath here as we start to slow down our practice. Feeling that nice release in the low back. And then bringing it back to center and taking it to the other side. Shifting the hips over to the right, dropping the knees down towards the left. Gazing over that right shoulder and making sure that both shoulders stay down on the mat. We'll then bring the knees back to center, hug them in one last time. Coming into a happy baby, holding onto the outsides of either just the knees or the feet, whatever is available here, and rocking side to side. Taking any last poses or movements before we come into our final resting pose. Taking our time to get there, extending long through all of our limbs, and dropping all of the weight of our body into the earth, feeling fully supported, and just letting go of our practice. Feel free to pause the video here if you know you'd like to stay a little longer, otherwise just fully letting go. With nowhere else to be, I'll call you back when it's time. If you're ready, start coming back, wiggling through the fingertips and toes and making some small circles with the wrists and ankles in either direction. And then either keeping your eyes closed or with a soft gaze, choosing to come back up into your seat in whichever way serves you. If you're rolling over onto one side, taking a couple of moments here. We'll meet back into a comfortable seated position, hands to heart center. Taking this time to thank ourselves for showing up today in our practice and taking a humble bow of gratitude for ourselves and for all of the wonderful teachers of yoga that have brought us this beautiful practice. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much for practicing with me.